We're the company that your kids probably hate, because when they go to the doctor to get a shot from a vaccine or an antibiotic, we provide the components for the syringe and the packaging for the drug. Also, we do an awful lot of work in diagnostics, so when you go to get a blood sample, the little rubber part that's in the top of the evacuated tube is made by West. This delivers cartridge-based insulin, of course. We make the seal, we make the stopper, we make the plunger. We're probably one of the more important companies in the healthcare chain nobody's ever heard of. We package probably 20 out of 20 of the top biologic drugs that are used, including the key drugs that are used in oncology. So every single day around the world somewhere, a little over 100 million pieces of what we make get used every day.
The past CEO of the Fox Chase Cancer Center was Robert Young, and Robert Young sat on the board of West Pharmaceutical. I remember he said to me, "There's this absolutely spectacular CEO for this corporation whose board I sit on. He's a scientist, he's an unbelievable leader. He would be phenomenal on the Fox Chase board. Let's see if we can get him on the board." But there are some people in this room who
It was through that connection a few years later that Bob approached me after I'd stepped into the CEO role here at West. Would I help them develop an endowed chair to honor the West and the White families? And it was kind of an easy choice. That one was really a no-brainer.
Getting the endowed chair is one of the 2 or 3 best things that's happened to me professionally in my career. As a health services researcher decision scientist, I work with software that does simulation modeling and outcome modeling for cancer, as well as cost effectiveness and cost benefit analysis research.
It's an honor for Bob to take that chair, because HO, even though I did not know HO, would have absolutely loved it. HO's thing was about quality, it was about serving the customer, and it was about delivering the greatest value for what folks were paying you to do. He was the right guy to get that chair.
Don is intensely interested in the career development of our young physicians and scientists, and so as the chairholder, I hope to be able to use the resources to be able to support little projects and opportunities for our junior faculty to be able to get a little bit of an extra edge as they build their careers here at Fox Chase.
All beginning paddlers, especially men, like to use their biceps. You never make it. You can do 100 yards, and you're done.
I'm not competitive, but when I get in that boat on race day, I'm right there in the boat, eyes forward, and ready to paddle my heart out.
So what we do, we rotate forward, push the blade in with the top hand, and pull back with a rotation. In and derotate. Pull back with your torso muscles.
Our goal is $65,000 this year. So we as a team are going to find $65,000. The West Foundation will actually match dollar for dollar and provide that total lump sum to Fox Chase.
You just fall in love with everybody and the way everybody works so well together and still raising money. We went to Boathouse Row for being top fundraiser for Fox Chase.
The Cancer Genome Institute has the opportunity to totally transform the way we take care of cancer patients. But we're clearly on the leading edge and in areas that aren't well charted out from a scientific point of view, from a regulatory point of view, and from a clinical trials point of view. And Don has not only been a spectacular partner to me, but he's also partnered with Jeff Boyd in the Cancer Genome Institute, and through his leadership is accelerating bringing the power of genomics to patients with cancer.
This is the chip that goes into the sequencer where the sample is put into one of the 2 plastic wells. And then the technology that Fox Chase utilizes sequences the patient's DNA and then compares it to a known gene set.
The NIH wants the project to be a little farther along before it provides its support. Having donors who will step up at this point and say, I have confidence that this is really going to change the face of Fox Chase, it's going to change the face of cancer medicine, and to put not only their intellectual efforts into it, but their financial efforts into it has really been a tremendous gift from the Morels and really shows his spectacular leadership.
But the challenge there, again, is taking a laboratory tool, something that the scientists use day in and day out, and get the technology to a point where it's accepted and used in the clinic. And that, I believe, is the essence of what Fox Chase does. You know, I've always thought that one of the great taglines for this center is that cancer is personal. And it really rings a chord with everybody, because there's not one of us that through a relative, a friend, a family member hasn't gone through what cancer entails.
I had heard that West had a relationship with Fox Chase. I was pleasantly surprised to see, Don's name right up there with West and, on the wall, and I felt like I had a friend there. It put me a little bit at ease that I was in the right place.
We've been extraordinarily fortunate because not only some of the paddlers, but many of the employees at West here have been able to go to Fox Chase and fully understand what the center's about.
My urologist at home recommended surgery. I wasn't sure if I wanted surgery or not. I talked to Don. He got me an appointment at Fox Chase with Dr. Uzo and Dr. Horwitz. I went through 8 weeks of radiation. After 8 weeks, I rang the bell. Thank God I'm cancer-free. Thanks to Don.
They took good care of him, great care of him. My dad was a diagnostic nuke. He was a physician. He was 54 years old, and doctors make the worst patients. I don't think there's any argument about that. We were pretty certain that it was serious. I don't think he was being honest with us up front. But yes, he was diagnosed in the middle part of February with anaplastic adenocarcinoma, and then a month later he passed. And yeah, like I said, cancer's personal. You have to find a personal connection, and cancer, I think, is one of those connections, certainly for West.
Don has just been phenomenal with what he does, and he's driven so much charitable work here at West. Between this Dragon Boat that we do, he's instituted something called West Without Borders, and every year the charities change a little bit, but that's even gone global now. So every facility throughout the world that West is involved with chooses their own charities that they're going to support that year.
For us, it creates a stronger sense of community. It creates a stronger sense of a single company globally. We operate over 35 factories worldwide, and we've been able to get this culture embedded in Asia, in South America, in Northern Europe, in Southern Europe, across the United States. And what you can never underestimate is the power that a dollar can have in the right hands.
Fundamental results that are going to be developed by our scientists at Fox Chase Cancer Center will have impact not only on cancer, but on biomedicine and on science in general. And I think it's important that a company that's involved in the healthcare space, again, put its resources, its corporate resources and individual resources in attacking the biggest problems in biomedicine today.